coming in the next 2 days.
Right now at 10, getting ahead of the winter freeze. Tonight, road crews are ready.
And the winds of change are blowing right now. Cold air moving into western New York, accompanied with a bit of snow out there. What you need to know for your morning commute and how long this cold sticks around coming up in your 4-1 forecast.
Also, a message of hope. How community leaders are fighting back against violence in the city.
Live in high definition, this is Western New York's news leader. Now, News 4 at 10.
We begin at 10 with this new video just into the newsroom. A large tree fell onto a road in Buffalo as those winds whipped around tonight. Buffalo police say part of French Street between Fillmore Ave and Kerr Street is closed as these crews clean up the mess. We will let you know when that road is back open tonight. I have to say, we also just got another report unconfirmed of a tree on top of a car. I reached out to police. I'll let you know exactly where that's happening. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us. So some people saw just a little bit of snow tonight as this cold air moves into the area. We will have a live report from News 4's Shannon Smith, a very windy live report. She's talking about how crews are preparing for the bitter cold and keeping those roads safe. But first, I want to turn our attention to meteorologist Andrew Baglini. Andrew, what can we expect the rest of the evening and tomorrow morning?
Oh, cold is going to be the big story here. We do have some snow and the potential for some areas of ice tomorrow morning, so you got to be extra careful, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But looking at the radar, we've seen the cold front moving through western New York. The rain transitioned to snow earlier this evening, and we've seen some more persistent snow down towards, say, the Boston Hills or just even south across parts of southern Erie County and along the Chautauqua Ridge. Snow showers will be starting to exit in the next hour or so, and we'll see a few left over. Across the Niagara frontier, the metro, we did see a few flakes, but nothing too widespread out there. Again, this wasn't really a snowmaker of a storm. We are certainly seeing some of it, but it's the wind and the cold that are center stage. The big story is there. We're getting a lake response across the Great Lakes region. We can expect some lake effect snow to develop overnight. Looking at those temperatures, though, they are falling across western New York through the 30s right now, close to freezing in some spots, 33 in Jamestown, 28 back in Hamilton, Ontario. So the cold, freezing air is moving in, courtesy of very gusty wind. Current wind gusts 48 miles an hour at Niagara Falls. We had an earlier wind gust at the Buffalo Airport at 46. Dunkirk Lighthouse, the highest wind gusts observed so far, 52 miles per hour. Niagara Falls Airport saw one at 51. So very strong winds out there, certainly, likely why we're seeing some areas of damage. You take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast. Again, this band of snow moving off to the south and east. Do expect to see some lake effect snow streamers to set up overnight, and that could add an additional coating to an inch, maybe two, across the southern hills, and perhaps a few streamers coming in off of Lake Ontario as well, northeast of the metro tomorrow morning. But again, snowfall amounts aren't overly impressive. It is going to be awfully cold out there, and considering the rain, the snow, and any slushy accumulation we're having right now, the freeze, the cold is the big concern. By midnight, we're sub-freezing, getting into the 20s, low 20s, and even upper teens. A bitterly cold Friday morning. Concern here, especially on the bridges and overpasses, for some areas of black ice if local streets haven't had a chance to dry up before temperatures kick below freezing. And where we're seeing the showers right now, not going to get the opportunity to do that. So be extra careful tomorrow morning, and we're staying below freezing throughout the day tomorrow. Coming up in your full 4-1 forecast, I'll let you know how long this cold is sticking around.
Andrew, thank you. As I mentioned, city and county crews pre-treated roads earlier tonight during the rush hour commute. News 4's Shannon Smith continues our live team coverage. She joins us live from a very windy downtown Buffalo with details on those weather preps tonight. Shannon?
Yeah, Nolina, we've seen a couple of flurries kind of coming down tonight, but as you can hear right now, yeah, the biggest concern right now is this wind. Now, one of the main things that drivers always think about when it comes to cold weather is, hey, I need to warm my car up before I go anywhere, but AAA says you do not have to do that. And listen, we understand that this is not the first time we've seen snow or had really cold weather like this, but experts say this is the perfect time to make sure that your car is winter ready. With the first blast of cold winter weather on the way, crews across western New York are ready.
We're anticipating just a little bit of a spike in call volume.
AAA's dispatch center is waiting for the phones to start ringing off the hook. Some of the main calls around this time are usually for battery trouble and low tire pressure.
We get a lot of the snow-related things down in the South Towns. more so than anywhere else. Everywhere, though, when that cold snap hits, we get the no starts, the low tires, that sort of stuff.
And if you haven't already, AAA says get your car winter ready now.
Have battery tested, make sure that it's ready to make it through the winter. That's the most common failure that we do see. Make sure that your tires are aired up because as it gets colder, some of that air can leak out and cause a flat.
Are we prepared? Absolutely. The question is, prepared for what?
Temperatures are expected to drop into the late 20s Thursday and overnight with a mix of snow and freezing rain, which could make for a messy morning commute. County and city crews pre-treated the roads and will be keeping a close eye on bridges and overpasses. Those are usually the first to freeze. Erie County Emergency Services is reminding drivers to be careful and take it slow.
It's the first round of nasty weather that we're going to have, or cold temperatures. Just use common sense and slow down.
Now, you can see it or hear it's really windy, so let's hope I don't blow away or that the camera doesn't blow over. But another way to make sure that you are prepared for winter and make sure your car is prepped is to make sure that you have the right tires. And one of the easiest ways to do that is using a penny. It's the penny test. Basically, you just put your penny in the tread of your tire here, and if you can see Lincoln's head all of the way, that means that you need new tires. So definitely make sure to get those before snow really hits. For now, live in downtown Buffalo, a very windy downtown Buffalo, Shannon Smith, News 4 at 10.
Great advice, great use of that car behind you, the News 4 car. Shannon, thank you for that live update, and stay warm out there. And remember, you can get the latest forecast in the palm of your hand anytime just by downloading the Forewarn Weather app. It is free for your phone or tablet. A strong message of unity tonight in the Queen City. The Buffalo Peacemakers marched along Roosevelt Ave and Suffolk Street in response to shootings involving 4 teenagers last Friday. Those who marched say speaking out is only the first step to ending the violence.
Places where you want to have fun, you want to have parties, you want to celebrate. Well, celebration is no celebration if it ends in a funeral. We're saying that what is it that we can do to help you with that?
Buffalo police still have not made any arrests in connection to Friday night's shooting. It has been a month since Buffalo Police K-9 officer and diver Craig Laynard died during a training exercise in the Niagara River. Next Thursday, family and friends will be hosting a special event to raise money for the Buffalo Police Department's K-9 unit. The money raised will help buy a new K-9 dog. The department says the dog will be named in Officer Laynard's honor.
It's just a matter of, again, matching his skill set up to the right handler and then beginning the retraining process. The dog has to go back to where he was originally trained, which was in Canada, the Niagara Regional Police, and sending the new handler through that training as well so that they can make that bond.
Lieutenant Ronaldo says a police dog can cost anywhere from $8,000 to $11,000. He says the process should start within the next 30 days. Donations can be made through the K-9 Fund through the Buffalo Police Credit Union. Police are still working to find Officer Laynard's dog, Shield, a new partner. Still ahead at 10, the growing list of sexual misconduct claims against prominent public figures is next.